Hey, it's the champ Antonio talking. Man, I want to dive right in the big fight we had last night, man. Jaron Boots Ennis went head to head last night in what was a more challenging fight than most expected. I felt that, from the first fight, this guy is a guy that was very capable, you know what I mean, with his ability, you know what I mean? And footwork was another big key to his survival and success. He really went back to the drawing board and came with a more, offensive game plan. He knew he had to let his hands go in order to even gain Boots' respect or even, try to land a shot that could truly get his attention. Uh, he landed a lot more than I wanted to see, considering, Boots, where Boots is at. But again, we got to put these fighters under the microscope, man. And you got to be able to be honest with your guy in order to, cross the T's and dot the I's. I knew early on, it seems as if, they, team Ennis had planned on getting this guy out of there. That was their goal in their game plan. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? It didn't seem like, Boots could really get out of the way of a lot of things. He was so relaxed, too relaxed for my comfort, that he kind of, neglected his defensive responsibility. You know what I mean? He kind of threw his defense out the window because he wasn't really, I don't know what it was, but I think it's important for him moving forward. He's going to have to get his hands up. I'm one of those critical coaches, man, critical trainers, that, it's imperative that, I have and I see my fighter doing the things that we're training to do. You feel me? The things that we train to do. You know what I mean? And now all you're doing is reminding and refreshing the fighter of the things, the game plan as we worked on it leading up to the fight. Now, between rounds, I realized early, man, that there was not a lot of instructions being given. And, I'm not here to, call out or put nobody under the microscope or, expose anyone. I'm just here telling it like I saw it. The same thing you saw. You know what I mean? I felt, between rounds, Bozy could have been a little bit more encouraging, a little bit more supportive rather than just telling Boots everything that he knew he wasn't doing all the way correctly. That puts it kind of deters us a little bit. You feel me? Sometimes you got to know there's a fine line. You feel me? And you don't want to, really feel as if you're, getting on the fighter. You want to feel as if you're supporting him at the same time. You're giving him, the real. You're being honest with him, and I think I told you before on the breakdown, speed will be his, I think best weapon to really get the result that he wanted. And there was a time, I believe, in the 10th round, you feel me, Boots through. The last time he hurt Chukhadzhian, the last time he hurt him, it was with a 1-2-3. It was real quick. It wasn't a lot of power on that punch. And if I, was in his corner, I would have had him on that wave a little bit more, a lot of speed, sort of like Crawford did when he fought Madrimov. Crawford wasn't loading up because he couldn't stay there long enough, or he knew something was coming back. Well, Ennis was throwing his shots, but again, he never really changed that angle to avoid the shots coming back. And that was because he was too comfortable with his hands down. A lot of great fighters were able to get away with that. You feel me? Back in the day, and we try to pattern our styles like these legendary great fighters that came before us. But bro, we have to be mindful. You feel me? Like you gotta stay locked in. And I think the focus, you feel me? The tunnel vision. Wait a little bit. You saw him chatting and still looking outside of the ring, having conversations during the fight. You feel me? And I just don't like that. I think that we have to be mentally strong enough to stay focused and block everything out. That's what we do as fighters. Even though we hear the crowd, there's only one voice we truly hear, and that's the trainer. So I think when you look at, focus and just being dialed in, there's levels. There's levels to this. There's levels to all of it. We say that all the time, but do we truly believe that? What we're doing here. You feel me? Like, I just urge everyone, man, to go back and look and study Tarver's tape. It's like I have a notion, a real indication about what's going to happen in these fights. That is a tool. That is a talent, and that is a gift. And I'm sharing this with you guys beforehand. Imagine if you had that tool prior to the fight, in training camp with you, building a strategy a strategy that's built on, you feel me, information. You feel me? And so this is all I'm trying to give to the game. You feel me? But how long are we going to have to sit around and watch these guys underachieve? And for whatever reason, and I'm going to get to that, underachieve for whatever, over and over again, never reaching that benchmark that we expected. You feel me? So, my thing is, this fight was contested because, the, we crown these guys a lot sooner, you feel me, than I think. We see a little glimpse of something great, and now we want to make everybody a Hall of Famer, everybody a legendary fighter, when these guys aren't even on, they're not on the tail end of their careers. You feel me? They haven't met these type of pound for pound fighters that's going to give them that same type of energy. You feel me? And I'm just, I've been wondering, like, when the light bulb going to go off? Like, really, when is the light bulb going to go off? I'm not saying I know more than anybody. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. But, bruh, my experience in this game speaks for itself. And I cannot continue to be looking in this crystal ball and not trying to be a tool for these fighters. You understand? You feel me? I know I can make a difference, bro. I'm speaking the language every day. I'm telling these guys what I see. And if they really, truly respected the game, bro, you feel me? They'll use me. Not misuse me, but they'll use me because I know I can move that needle. I know I can move that needle, bro. And so I don't know, look, man, when winning becomes everything and nothing else, bruh, they gonna call my phone. I'm not worried about it. And what I'm trying to give is not for everyone. It's for the people that can honestly recognize and see the difference, bruh. So we're not gonna continue to just, it wasn't the performance that Boots wanted, but it was a fight that he could put under the microscope, and his team can really truly break that down and improve. And that's why I really was looking forward to this fight, to see, could Boots really, make the adjustments, from the first fight. He had 12 rounds to truly go back and dissect this guy. He knew the guy was going to come in with a better performance or better prepared. So Boots should have been better prepared. Like I said, I think, that hometown fight with everything at stake, it's not always. You got to be a certain type of fighter. You got to have a certain knack about yourself to be able to fight it like that at home with all the distraction. You got to be able to be more focused than usual. You feel me? And so I didn't see the focus that I was looking for, because he came out hands down. That's a cardinal sin. I don't like to see none of my fighters with their hands down. You gotta, your fundamentals gotta be locked in. It's okay if you got a guy hurt, knocked him down, you winning the fight, going away. Okay, but that wasn't the case. He was taking unnecessary shots. And I'm telling everybody, you're going to get hit. but you don't have to get hit. You especially don't have to get hit with a punch you don't see, a punch you're not prepared to take. And it was a lot of freebies last night, and I don't think he was that good I just think that Boots just was too comfortable. And he thought it was just going to be another walk in the park. And I just don't think that was his best performance. I don't think we saw the best Boots Ennis last night. And I think, hey, man, they got to go back to the drawing board and get better. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? But what's next for Boots Ennis? Everybody is going to be calling his number right now, calling his phone, because they saw some things that maybe they think they can't exploit. You feel me? He got opportunity with the WBO champ, Brian Norman Jr. from Atlanta. I think that will be a good contested fight for Boots Ennis, because Boots Ennis right now got to show and prove that he still levels above the competition. But this is the competition. And I think today a Brian Norman Jr. fight makes good sense. And, Mario Barrios, we know him. He's a popular name. He got a name brand. We know he was in with the likes of Gervonta Davis. So, Mario Barrios is going to have to, that's a name brand guy that could give, Boots Ennis some work and some good rounds. You feel me? And the big one they want is Terrence Bud Crawford, the pound for pound king, man. And, a lot of times, man, I want to say this, they're crowning these guys and making these guys Hall of Famers and legends way before it's time, bro. Anything they look remotely against a less than stellar performance, they want to crown these guys. You feel me? They want to make them Hall of Famers, living legends. Bruh, the work ain't done yet. Let's see these guys in there with great fighters and then do the comparisons. You feel me? All these guys moving up the rank, they all look spectacular, the first 15 fights. But when you put them in there with someone that knows how to fight, knows how to protect themselves, you feel me? It's a difference. So we have to prepare these guys for everything. But the big fight, Terrence Bud Crawford, man, I don't know how much sense that make today. I think Boots Ennis is going to have to continue to improve and fight some of these other champions, clean out the division, and then, show that he's improving. But again, styles make fights. We knew this guy had a real tough style for Boots, but, that's no excuse, man. When the lights are on, we have to perform as champions. I don't know if that Crawford fight is in the near future. Crawford got other things on his plate, but if Boots would have came in here and did what he knew he could have done, and that's put that speed on this guy, not be there for the return, set up those beautiful counter shots, and really employ a body attack. Those are the things that needed to be done in order to get the results that they were looking for. They'll suck this up, get back to work, man, and we'll see what's next for Boots Ennis, man. But there you have it. You've been listening to Tarver's Take, the most informative take in boxing. Just remember where you heard it first, man. Until the next time, stay tapped in, and I'll talk to you again.